What y'all should be worried about is what the kids said. Coerced? No. That's one reason why I'm talking and doing what I'm doing, is trying to trip him up to see if he'll expose that he's telling a story. But he doesn't. He stays right on point. And not only that, Kirsten, Talon, and David, all three children that were involved in the incident, are in that room talking. It's an open discussion. Listen to what Kirsten says. Right. You guys haven't listened to shit. Because you're cold. You don't give a fuck. Just like the dumb bitch that tried to catch an attitude with me over what the other driver did. That's why you don't drink and drive. Anybody else would have went through the grass. I'd rather tear up somebody's front yard than take somebody's life with a vehicle. What does he do? Gets arrested a year later for drinking and driving on the same road and causing another accident. That was my fault. Because from the video, it showed him trying to avoid the accident. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt. And he ends up doing it again. This time it was his fault. Last time it wasn't. And I know he was drunk. The reason why the collision actually took place is because he didn't move again. But he moved once and got in her lane to get away from her. And right when they were about to pass, she hit him. Yeah. Well, that doesn't mean Nana and Tiffany planned it. Yes, it does. That's exactly what they were waiting for. And look what it did. It gave them a cover. You guys are stupid. The ones that ran their mouth to me. Yeah. And I told them all this. You can plainly see it. I was nowhere near the fucking incident. I was at my fucking house. I'd been up working for 3 fucking days because I had taken and moved jobs so Tiffany would have a babysitter so she could work. Turned out to be a lie. She told her boss that her mom wouldn't watch the kids so she couldn't work. Then, when I told her I would do it, she kept that story and took off. Right. Nothing but lying, manipulating. Well, why'd you stay for 12 years? Because she knew it was my last attempt at having any type of a life or a family. I started my life when I was 15. Had my own apartment, 3 vehicles. Paid for it by myself. No, you didn't. Yes, the fuck I did. $650, everything included. No security deposit, no last month's rent. Because I was a good fucking tenant and I was the one that put the carpet in it. Anyway, they can't rent to a minor. Yes, they can, especially when it's your uncle. I wasn't in school. I went and got my license and my GED. My JAD. Because I didn't want to stay in school. I had more fun making money, even though it was hell. It was better than school. Fucking bunch of supposedly smart people teaching you dumb shit. You need to vote, but the cabinet is what really decides who the next president. What? What the fuck am I voting for then? And what have people said? That's not true. Well, that's what my government teacher taught me. The previous cabinet is the one that chooses the next president. Doesn't matter what fuck your vote is. Yep, the Electoral College, which is a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, these kids knew and were terrified. Nobody did anything. I'm fighting my ass off, getting put in jail for shit that isn't even happening, all because she doesn't want me talking about the incident. The own detective on the case was manipulated by an incident, one that wasn't even fucking true. Said it right in the hospital fucking statement that the motherfucker had in his hand. Because he did speed reading, which is something that those detectives do to get through a lot of paperwork, which is stupid. If you're a detective, you should be fine combing through that motherfucker with a fine comb. Nothing should get past you. And that did? Yeah, because you were being manipulated by a woman. She wouldn't let you talk to little David, even though little David was fine to talk. Right. She wouldn't let you talk to her mother, even though her mother was fine to talk. Right. They were getting their stories together. Duh. And what's he do after he notices that she lied to him and got him off of the real situation at hand? And what she used was a fucking lie. She tried to tell this cop not to listen to me because I was already in trouble for assaulting my son. And that wasn't true. No. There was an incident at his school where CPS came in and tried to bribe my kids with things to get them to talk to them. When my fiance found that out behind my back, she made him go to school and say this story to make it look like we had a problem. What she was planning is to put me in jail with CPS history so she could take the land that we just bought behind my back. That way she wouldn't have to pay rent. It would have been $650 a year. Yeah. She didn't know this, but that was me and her brother's place. Me and him when he just never showed up because her mother brainwashed him and kept him there so she could keep getting his money. I was going to give his money to him. She did nothing but take it. She told him every month that all he had left over was $50. Yeah, because you're paying all your bills with his money. I even told him, you want to come live with me, dude? That shit'll stop. We'll set you up a bank account. You'll know how much money you got. You spend it, it's on you, bro. Really? Yeah. Then come to find out, he was getting 2 to 3 checks a month. Yeah, because when Tiffany took over as payee, because all of a sudden her brother wanted her to, which I even told her from the beginning, this sounds like a trap from your mom. I don't know how, I don't know why, but why would she all of a sudden just be okay with him coming to stay with us? And she wasn't. She said that, but she wasn't. It was a trap that I completed, which diminished their trap. I got us a new place. He was supposed to move in with us. Me and him were going to be roommates, which would have been awesome. Yeah, he was my best friend since middle school. And then what do while they're healing up and I'm taking care of them? Try to start more shit. Tiffany's mom swings a bottle at her stomach, tells her that me and her don't need to be making any more kids or else, which is the same fucking thing she did when she found out that Tiffany was pregnant with Kirsten. And let me enlighten you on something. This girl was told no at every fucking turn, even to date me. And she wouldn't leave me alone. I finally said yes on a rebound. I was upset about losing my daughter. And that's what she did. She rebounded me. But of course, it's all my fault. Yep. Nope, I'm a guy. No guy in his right mind would ever do that bullshit. It's called a Sigma. And yeah, they don't care about that shit. But seems like it's just so hard to believe. No, it's not. There's a lot of guys that have self control, especially sexually. Me and Bethany were never sexually active. We dated once when we were 12. She was sexually active with my brother, and my mom knew about it behind my back. So did her dad at 12. Ugh. Me and her didn't even kiss until I was 17 and we dated again. 16, 17, around there. I think it was 16, yeah. Because it was right after Yvonne. Huh, that's another fucked up story. Guess what? Involves my brother again. Yeah, went to work, come home. My brother's messing with my girlfriend. Yeah. This is the same dude that when she called me that day and asked me out, I didn't know that she was supposed to be calling me and asking me if I wanted to go out with her friend Gail. That was something that blew up in my face with her friend Gail because me and Gail were friends. Later. And I didn't know a fucking thing about it. And Gail swears up and down that I knew. Nope. See what I mean? I just always happen to pick the wrong person. Maybe my picker's broke. I don't know. Yeah. All of them had mental issues. And all the mental issues were pretty much very similar at different levels, but pretty much the same thing. Borderline personality disorder. Some had narcissistic tendencies, some had other manic episode things, some had both. And come to find out, I'm the type of person they target. Maybe that explains why it happened 4 times in a fucking row. Of course not. You see what I mean? Everything always puts me in that gray area that people don't want to look at. Everybody, oh, it's black and white. It's men, it's this, it's this, it's this. That's what everything is always should. No, it's not really. That's what maybe majority of what you've seen has shown you. But no, once you start looking into statistics and everything, you see that lesbians are the most violent. They're the ones with the most domestic violence problems. Imagine that. Now, when you take a woman and put her with a man, and he's getting blamed for all this domestic violence bullshit, kind of makes you wonder. Because here's 2 females, and the statistics are showing that there's DV out there, ying, but not with gay couples. Not as much with gay couples. But also, what goes on with gay couples, one of them is very feminine, sometimes both. There you go. I don't see how people can't make those connections. Yeah, they're simple. They're so simple that even a toddler can make that connection. Sounds like delusion to me. I wouldn't be on here saying this if this isn't what happened. Look at where I'm at. What do I have to gain? Statute of limitation for suing them is over. So nobody can say I'm doing this for money. I'm doing it for my kids, which y'all should have been helping me to do before instead of attacking me. And this is why you don't believe women.